What is going on, guys? I'm Stab, and today we got week 1 of the NPL, beginning the games that count, the games that we are all looking forward to. We need Basement Man here to go. It's time, because it is time. If you look to your right, you will see the predicted squad that we were predicting Cutnas and the British Froakies to bring against us. You will see my team on the left, and if you've not seen my team, I will leave the team builder in the description for you guys to check out and see what we were bringing this week. He has some pretty big threats to this team. Over there, you'll see Durant outspeeds most of my team and can really cause problems if it gets a home clause up, because Hustle will make it very strong, and it will not have to worry about the accuracy drop on that ability. Next, you see Blissey. Blissey causes a lot of problems for my special attackers, mainly my Regi sweep, which I plan to win with this week, as well as Gardevoir. Gardevoir can break through it with Side Shock, but I really don't want to be worn down by Toxic and any other shenanigans, including Thunder Wave if we wanted to. So that is something I gotta worry about. Fortress is something that has to bring. His team is way too weak to rocks. If I'm able to keep my stealth rocks up, I will be in a very good position for the majority of this match. We got Infernape, and Infernape is public enemy number 1. Please circle that, put a number 52 on that little box there, and watch it as fast as you can. If you guys get that reference, I'm very proud of you. Next we have Mega Pincher, one of the best megas in the format, so that is definitely something we gotta watch out. If we lose, if we allow our checks to it being mainly exterior to a point, if it has close combat, that's bad, and our Arcanine to check it, but if those get weakened, we are in for a very, very bad time. And then lastly, he has Rotom. Rotom can burn many of my physical threats, as well as Volt Switch around and gain momentum, because the only ground type we are bringing this week is Excadrill. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and flip over the battle, and I will see you guys in a couple seconds. What is going on, guys? We have finally joined the battle stations, manned the battlefield, and all that shit. I think I screwed that up big time. But the first thing we see is, thankfully, pretty much what I thought he would bring. I see a Gardevoir instead of a Blissey, which in retrospect is probably pretty good, because it allows us to get up our Regice Rock Paw sweep here if we can get rid of the Infernape and weaken the Rotom Wash a little bit. Can't speak English today. But yeah, look at his team. I really didn't know what to lead here in hindsight, but I figured my best lead was just my Focus Sash Dugtrio, because I can lead it off and get up the rocks. So yeah, he ends up leading Rotom Wash, which I guess is okay, because he can't really do too much to me. It can knock Dugtrio down to his Sash, but it's not that big a deal. It's not going to be a very big missing part of this. Dugtrio's only function was to set up the Stealth Rocks and die. So here, I'll just go for Stone Edge, because I know I would speed it, and I need to weaken Rotom Wash anyway for Registeel, so Regice, not Registeel. See, Trev, this is what happens when you make me drive Regice instead of Registeel. So, yeah, he goes for Volt Switch over predicting there, which didn't really matter, at least the effect it's going to have on me, because I'm just going to make his Rotom Wash a little bit weaker. Hit 2 Stone Edges in a row, so that's pretty good. He gets a little bit of leftover recovery, and I think here he switches out into Fortress. Now, this is the part that I want to talk about. There will be several pausations within this battle here, but brings out the Fortress, and now I wish I had Memento, because if I had Memento, not that it would have done anything specific to Fortress, I could have probably switched into Gardevoir and called mine up, maybe, but he's still a Durant alive, so that wouldn't have been that big a deal. The biggest reason not having Memento is failing me right here is because now we can spin the rocks away for free. I'm at literally 1 HP because of my Focus Sash, and I'm not in a very good position. Had I been able to go for Memento here, I could have stopped him from spinning, gone to Gardevoir, clicked HP Fire, and had Fortress dead, and my rocks still up. And based on his team, we all know that Stealth Rocks have been very beneficial. I just go for Stone Edge, followed up by Earthquake to get as much damage as I can, which ends up being like a third, so that's not bad damage, but it really didn't do anything to Fortress. So he gets a Rapid Spin skill, nice flare right there. But I'm going to go out into my Registeel Regice right now, and I think I fire off an Ice Beam. I'm not positive. What do I do here? I fire off Hidden Power Fire just to be safe. If I killed Fortress, good. I guess I could have fired off the Thunderbolt, got neutral damage on Rotom. But Rotom can't really do much to me, and I'm figuring he's just probably going to try and go for the Will-O-Wisp to burn me. He doesn't know what attack I have, and any kind of sweep that I plan with that thing will be hindered by a burn anyway. He does thankfully go for the Will-O-Wisp as I switch it to Arcanine, which obviously is not affected by it. So I don't really want him to go for a Hydro Pump here, so I am going to make the swap out into my Gardevoir. And Traces Levitate, not really impactful in the battle whatsoever. Now, this Hydro Pump was bad. As you see there, he got a crit on the Hydro Pump, did 77% to Mr. Andre Bocelli. He's blind. He couldn't see the water. He couldn't get out of the way. But unfortunately, he got a crit, and that's going to matter later in the battle, as you'll see. So, not having momentum, not being able to take that Hydro Pump ball at all is going to be put us in kind of a hole. We get a crit here with the Hyper Voice as we kill off that Rotom Wash, but based on how well it was taking the Stone Edges, I'm pretty sure it was physically defensive anyway. He goes out to Durant, and the reason I stay in here is not really risky in my opinion, just because I didn't want him to set up Home Claws for free, and as you'll see, he is Focus Sash, so that's another detriment to us for not having our rocks up right now, is that he is Focus Sash, and I kill for HP Fire, does a lot, knocks him down to Sash. Now I'm going to go out to Arcanine. This was another building air that's going to come up right here. He's going to go for Iron Head. I take that really well. He's at neutral attack, and Arcanine has decent physical defense, even though I'm specially invested. Now, originally, because Infernape was such a big threat, I wanted to have it bulldoze for it, but in hindsight, especially for this situation right here, Extreme Speed would have been much better, just because after I take that Iron Head on the switch, I could have easily gone for Extreme Speed, got this thing out of the way, and been in a much better position. Well, maybe not much better at this point, but just in a very good position with an early 6-4 lead. Now, he goes for Stone Edge here. There wasn't really a drawback to risking the miss, just because I didn't really have much to switch into this thing, especially if he had like Fire Thing for extra drill. I'm going to go out to Thunders here, get off a Life Orb, HP Flying, and knock out the Durant. HP Flying hit everything that he had besides this, which I'm expecting to be especially defensive anyway, but if he made a risky play and went out to Fernape for whatever reason there, he would have taken a buttload of damage, and we probably would have killed it. Here, I don't want to take a Moonblast. I don't want to take a... I pretty much don't want to take anything that he wanted to go for on the Thunders, just because Thunders was a very big win condition for me, and any attack that he had done would have worn me down more, just because I am a Life Orb. Now here, I had to go for the Iron Head, even though the switch into Fortress was pretty obvious. I didn't want him to have Focus Blast on his Gardevoir and potentially kill me. Now, here is a sack. I was just trying to sack off this Gardevoir and get a free switch, because I figured there was no drawback to it. If he went for, like, Gyro Ball or Volt Switch, I don't think Volt Switch would have been killed, but he would have killed my Gardevoir, and I would have got a free switch into something else, most likely Thunders. But if he went for Stealth Rocks, as you saw he did there, I got a free kill anyway, so I just click Hyper Voice, notch a second kill with Gardevoir, off to a very good start, and he's only got 3.1 left, but unfortunately it's looking like a very likely lose to Infernape anyway, so we gotta draw our best play around this. He goes out to Mega Pinsir, and I'm hoping he doesn't have Quick Attack, but unfortunately he does, which would make sense, because I don't think he would have outsped Gardevoir otherwise prior to getting his Mega Speed up. Anyway, I'm gonna go out to Thunders here. He doesn't know how fast I am, because I don't have to invest much to outspeed a Durant, and I could have potentially been faster than his Mega Pinsir, fired off a Thunderbolt and killed it, so he switched out of Gardevoir. Based on the damage, it is definitely a Spidef variant, especially confirmed by the fact that he has leftovers. And I believe here I'm going to switch out into my Regice to side hit off. I don't want him to get a hit off on Thunders, just because Thunders and Excadrill are looking like my two best chances to win at the moment in this battle. He sets up a Wish here, and I believe he goes out to Infernape as I click Ice Beam. Yeah, he goes out to Infernape, I click Ice Beam. Now, this is another crucial thing right here. Infernape, we had a chance to beat, and this is why. A combination of, if we had Extreme Speed on Arcanine, as you'll see in a bit here, that would have been very good. But here we get a Freeze. Now, unlike Scald, unlike Flamethrower, unlike things like that, Flare Blitz has not a guaranteed unthaw, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know somebody snarky like Toad will say something in the comments if I'm wrong or not. But I believe at the time, I was pretty sure that it did not have a guaranteed chance to unfreeze. But as you'll see here, I do get the freeze. Infernape, despite quad resisting this, did not take that Ice Beam well at all. Luckily, he has his buddy Gardevoir to go ahead and get the Wish back up to full. And I believe he unthaws first turn. and kills me with Flare Blitz. He does take a lot of recoil, though, so that's nice. He ends up being a Life Orb, which he needed to have just because he needed to be able to switch up moves on my team. Here, I believe I go to Thunders first. And he switches out into his Gardevoir, I think. Now, you could argue that this is about to matter, but at the same time, I would have been able to knock him out with Excadrill anyway, so it didn't really matter. Yeah, the crib is nice, though, and it's going to allow Thunders to pick up a second kill. So we're down to, I have a no-health Thunders and a basically full-health Excadrill, so, I mean, not full health, but at a good amount. He goes out to pitch it here, and I'm expecting him to just go for a quick attack, so I'm going to stay in and just sack off Thunders. So now it's Excadrill against probably the two most threatening mons of his team. So hopefully Throwback Stab can notch some victory for the Sacred Fire. As you'll see here, he stays in. He does not go for the quick attack there for chip damage. I don't know why he did that. Maybe he just went for close combat. Well, thankfully, we have our glasses today, and we hit the Rock Slide and knock him out. Now, this is a pretty crucial turn. As you'll see there, I go for Rock Slide. Now, all things aside, based on the combined damage between Extreme Speed, which we would have had Arcanine, and yeah, basically Extreme Speed, and possibly the crit. This is where the crit on Gardevoir matters, because I would have been able to take any hit that this Infernape wanted to go for, barring a Gunk Shot, but in the event of Gunk Shot, he would have had to battle the chance to miss with that move. Here, I still have a chance to win if he doesn't have Mach Punch. If he doesn't have Mach Punch, and I get a flinch with the Rock Slide, I win the game. That's basically the simplest way to explain it. But as you'll see here, I'm going to go for the Rock Slide. I'm going to do around, what did I do, like 40%? And he must not have had Mach. He definitely didn't have Mach Punch. And I don't know why he went for Flare Blitz here, because this is actually a double down. And for Sacred Fire fans, we have notched a historic moment in the National Pokeball League, and that being one of the first games ever to end in a 0-0 technical win for Cutnas, because he knocked me out first before the he lost the recoil when he killed me, so he gets the 0-0 victory. But it's the first time we've ever had that happen in a battle, so that was pretty cool. I guess if I chose to lose in a way, I never want to lose. I think that's what makes me very competitive. I never want to lose, and I always feel bad about losses, but if I'm going to lose, I would rather take this because it doesn't affect differential at all. It's the first game of the season, so we do lose this one, unfortunately. But if I had to pick a way to lose a game, this would definitely be one of my top choices. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the battle, please leave a like. Please leave a comment. If you can see how I did in the battle, I think I did pretty well. I don't think I misplayed very well. I misplayed at all. Certainly, I don't think he misplayed very much either. Maybe not getting chip damage on Excadrill, but other than that, I feel like it was a very hacks and, well, not hacks-free, because, goddamn it, he killed the Gardevoir when he shouldn't have, but a very mistake-free game played by both sides, and it was a very fun game. Check out Cutnas. He doesn't upload, but I guess I can leave the Miner's doc, maybe, but maybe not. But, yeah, go check out the rest of the coaches. Go check the NPL website. All the relevant links will be in the description, as well as the shirts, the Sacred Fire shirts. If you'd like to buy one, a link to that will be in the description as well. Anyway, guys, I am Stab, and I am out. I'll see you next week. Next week, we are taking on the Miami Heatrans and our friend Andrew, so it should be a pretty good game. I feel like I have a pretty good matchup against him, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, I am out. Goodbye.